for me. My stomach hasn't woken up yet.
Mine wakes up before I do. I'm having a ham Swiss cheese omelette. Will I get you one?
I'm not hungry.
What about some blueberries?
Coffee?
No, thank you.
Okay, well, if you want to help yourself to breakfast over there, we have 2 buffets, hot and cold, fresh fruit, cereal.
She just told me.
Omelets with your choice of filling.
I know exactly what's on display over there.
We also have fresh pancakes.
Thank you. Trying to have a private conversation.
My apologies, sir.
You should be nice to the people on the way up, because you might meet them again on the way down.
Well said. Philomena stars Judi Dench and Steve Coogan. The film is a hit among critics and fans. It's earned more than $46 million worldwide in less than 2 months. Steve Coogan is here along with the movie's director, Stephen Frears. Welcome. She sent me an email last night, said, I just saw Philomena. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it too. But what I love, and I said this to you, Stephen, I just love the connection between you and Judi Dench on screen. It's magical. And you wrote the screenplay.
Yeah.
You know, and this is your baby. You created this movie.
Well, with a little help from Stephen Frears.
Right.
Very, very little.
But the magic is the Judi Dench.
Well, I mean, it's
character.
In some ways, it's a very old-fashioned film, isn't it? It's like a road movie. It's a buddy movie, or an odd couple.
Right.
And it stands or falls on the chemistry between the 2 main characters, and that in turn stands or falls on the chemistry between the 2 lead actors.
It's a true story. It's a story of an Irish woman who gets pregnant and has to give up her baby and keeps this story secret for 50 years. And the nuns have an involvement on that. And you play the reporter, right? Mm-hmm. Who decides after losing his job to take on this human interest story, and then this wonderful story unfolds. What was it like when you first discovered the story? Because you read it in the paper and said, I've got to do this.
I just read a story when I was here in New York. I read it in the newspaper, and it moved me, and it made me angry, and it made me, there was something.
It made you cry.
It made me cry, and I thought I was compelled to tell it, because in some ways Philomena could be anyone's mother. She could be anyone's grandmother, and there's sort of a universality about her that I thought could be. I thought if people can feel what I felt when I read it, then it was worthwhile.
And then, Stephen, there's, I think, this story of any mother and a child. And then there's also this story about the nuns this conflict with the nuns who are to take care of, and yet the story of forgiveness there.
Well, and also between a lapsed Catholic and a woman of great devoutness.
Yes.
Between a cynic and an innocent woman.
Steve plays a lapsed Catholic. Yeah.
I'm afraid so.
There's also this, which is interesting about it, what she worries about, that he doesn't care, this lost son that was taken from her, and she dies to know, and all along he had been in pursuit of trying to know her.
Yeah.
Yes, the two of them had been looking for each other for years without each other knowing,
and both in angst because of it.
Yeah, well, that is the sort of tragedy of them both having been looking for each other. I mean, the reason I think the film has resonated with people is because, despite the sort of tragic nature of the story, there's a lot of humour and a lot of comedy in the film, which people don't expect. But to me, it was very important to put the comedy in there to sort of to temper the tragic nature of the story, and people laugh as much as they cry.
The Golden Globes are this Sunday, and the film has 3 nominations, Oscar nominations out January 16th. I can see that Harvey Weinstein has produced this, as you can see. I don't know if you've noticed, like the newspaper ads in the paper, they're all over. I mean,
he is a master of understatement.
Yeah, it's not exactly subtle. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Oscar time.
This should be a Best Picture film. Is that your hope?
That he gets nominated?
Yes.
Yes, of course. Yes.
And wins.
Well,
just one thing at a time.
Yeah, one thing at a time.
One thing at a time, yeah.
What people don't, go ahead.
No, carry on.
No, what you have said to me before is people don't know that Steve is a huge television personality.
In
Great Britain,
yes.
Well,
that's big TV star.
That's been to my advantage in some ways. One of the advantages of not being known is that you don't get typecast.
Exactly.
So that in the UK.
However, he can do the jokes. He's very funny.
Well, the comedy is something I've been doing a lot in the UK, and most of the comic people in the US, most of the kind of the Will Ferrells and the Ben Stillers all know my stuff and all like it. But what I wanted to do was change the record for myself, and that involved doing something which was more dramatic. But you can. The good thing about the film is you can use comedy as a device to help deal with difficult subjects.
Who's not at this table we wish was here because she's not in the United States is Dame Judi Dench. Just talk about her, because she's a remarkable
Well,
person and actress.
She although she's a dame, she's not in any way grand.
Yeah.
And
a great Dane.
yeah, exactly. She's not a great dame. She's just she's very grounded, very down to earth. I went round to her cottage in Sussex and just sat in the kitchen and told her the story. And she said, I want to do this. And then when I mentioned Stephen's name, then it was a done deal.
Yes, and you had to tell her the story because she's almost blind. Yeah. She talked about that on our air. We did an interview with her.
He has great problems with her eyesight, but which means that she likes to hear you say it out loud and tell the story. So that helps in a way.
Well, it was a delight to watch. I wish you the best with the movie. Congratulations, really incredible work.
Fingers crossed.
Steve Coogan and Stephen Frears. Thank you.